All right, let's get kicked off. Thanks for joining, everybody. Welcome to today's session. Is email archiving important? This is Michael Amadio, and joining me, as always, to my left is Ernest Martinelli. Ernie and I are going to be leading you through today. Just a brief demonstration on, the importance of email archiving and why we really should be thinking of this solution a little bit differently. We'll show a quick demo of an email archiving solution, just so you can see how something can really answer your needs. And there'll be some Q&A as well throughout. We always record our sessions, so look for a recording from us in the next few days, depending on how well and quickly that gets produced. If you do have any questions throughout, though, please post them within your question window. If we have some time, we'll see if we can address them during today's call. Otherwise, we'll make sure that your dedicated account manager reaches out to you offline. You can have more of that one-on-one conversation, and if need be, we'd always be happy to join a call, Ernie or myself. We'll also talk about some upcoming activity here at Excel Micro, just to keep you guys up to date with certain things. So let's dive right in. We know your time is valuable. This is right in the heart of your day. Again, thanks, folks, for jumping on board with us. So we shouldn't keep you too long today, thinking about 15 to 20 minutes at most. So our session agenda. So what is email archiving? A little bit more of an insight on what the actual email archiving term is, because a lot of folks tie email archiving to certain industries or verticals. Why do you need email archiving? And obviously, you're looking at a solution, you're adding a new solution to your overall security environment, but can this actually save you money in the long run? And we'll show you how that can be. And as mentioned, we're going to dive into a quick demonstration just so you can see one of our solutions, how you can quickly do a search and discovery of some messages and recover them if need be as a compliance officer. So Excel Micro, we're part of J2 Global. We've been part of J2 Global for a little bit over 3 years now. J2, they're based out of Hollywood, California. They have two divisions. They have a digital media division, and they also have a cloud services division where we fall below in the security realm. And with J2 Global, it's fantastic to have a partner because we have expertise in so many different lines, and we have dotted lines to each one of them. The fact that the company is constantly in growth mode knows that we have a great parent company to help us further invest in our programs, in our teams, restructure and build the right tools and models for you to succeed, obviously, on your end. So yes, Excel Micro is part of J2 Global, a very proud parent company of ours. So what is email archiving? Why do I need it? Well, what is it? Honestly, it's the ability to retain all your email communications for up to 10 years if need be, with unlimited storage. It's going to give a user, or it's going to give an administrator, a compliance admin, the ability to do search and discovery on messages anytime to be able to recover those messages for a few real world scenarios, which we're going to walk you through shortly here. So why do I need it? So Ernie, looking at email archiving, what's so important? Why do I need email archiving these days?
Well, let me give you a scenario that I've been throwing around for a while that makes sense. Let's take a candy shop, for example. Most people would say, hey, candy shop doesn't need archiving for any reason. Let me give you two scenarios why it makes logical sense where even they would want to have back up their email. So first scenario is you have two people, a 5-person company. One of them is harassing the other employee. Comes down to the point where a judge asks for that information to be extracted. Don't have an email archive, won't be able to provide that to the judge. Obviously, that's going to involve quite a bit of problems for that company and could involve a large amount of money being lost in a litigation situation. Second scenario, same candy shop. Candy shop is operating, hurricane comes through. Their mail server goes underwater, they lose all of their email. There's an important email in there that had to do with a large order. They don't have access to that. They're not going to be able to respond to that order in a timely manner, getting the company back up and running. There's another major scenario where definitely if they had those email archives, they could reach into them because they're stored in the cloud and be able to retrieve and fulfill that order for a customer.
Great. So we can understand the need, but as far as users, it is something that is always on. When will some real world scenarios? When will actually user be applying, or be activating or diving into their archive?
Well, think about a scenario where maybe the person accidentally deletes their entire inbox. Complete loss in a lot of scenarios. However, if they have a cloud backup and they're archiving that data, they're easily able to retrieve those emails in a quick, timely fashion, maybe look up specific ones with the use of e-discovery.
So that human error really, that's one of the main factors. The other thing that we see listed here, to free up your personal storage. I know that time and time again, you see people with an Outlook pop-up saying that they have limited storage or they're running out of storage. Well, now you can keep your inbox clean because everything is retained off-site.
And I think it's important to note the industry average now is typically 2 to 3 gigabytes a user per year. So you can imagine how fast that can add up and eat at your storage if you have a mid to large size company where that's going to eat at your mail servers, or if you're in cloud such as Office 365 or Google Apps that have limited storage space.
There was a white paper Osterman put out recently that had that shows 18% storage growth per year. So the storage growth is more and more, and this gives you more of that frees up some of your bandwidth and allows you to worry about some of the larger projects as an IT admin or someone that's running multiple accounts. So it is an additional service, but how can it save us money in the long run? We've talked a lot about litigation.
Well, I think another huge one that we've been seeing in the industry recently, of course, is the recent outbreaks of ransomware. Let's take an example again of a very small company, maybe 3 to 5 users. They get locked down from the latest version of a ransomware asking for Bitcoin or a large money payout that just doesn't make any financial sense for that company. The easy thing from a perspective of if your email is backed up, you're going to be able to wipe those machines, recover the email directly from that archive, and you're back up and running again. It's important to note most business things are done through email nowadays, so that's the channel that you'll have the easiest recovery. Is this 100% recovery? Is it disaster recovery? Absolutely not. But is this one way to keep your business up and running and keep that business continuity going through to keep retaining that email? Absolutely.
It's interesting because it really does save you in certain scenarios, whether it be for investigation for whatever reason, or whether it be for that human error. But now to actually take a step back and look at the ransomware attacks, it's at the forefront. We see it in the news every day. And you think about email protection with URL type of protection involved, or endpoint, different suites that protect you that way from ransomware attacks. But great point here as far as the recovery of your email. So we can see that email archiving, it is an essential piece for business operations. It's not just meant for certain verticals or certain industries. A candy shop, great scenario. Great story to say as far as a candy shop can use email archiving. So why couldn't any industry be using email archiving? So let's dive in. Let's just take a look at just how you can apply archiving and do a search and discovery, recover an account, and just really how easy it is to go. So Ernie's going to walk us through a quick demonstration. Now at Sun Micro, we offer multiple email archiving solutions. The one that we're going to be highlighting today is called VaultSmart, and it's through a brand that we represent called FuseMail. The solution, VaultSmart, will be able to provide you with an up to 10-year retention, unlimited storage, and give you that ability to do simple searches as well as some advanced searches, which Ernie's going to be demonstrating for us briefly.
So we're going to be logging into 2 different logins here. Right now we're logged in as the super admin, which would be a partner administrator or a customer administrator. And then you'll also have the second login will be the compliance admin. And then that person will have the ability to search the archive. So right now we're going to take a look at the settings and the setup of it. If you notice here under the service settings, we now have the VaultSmart option. If we go ahead and click on that VaultSmart option, we have multiple ways that we can actually bring in email into the FuseMail product. It's important to note that we do support all major platforms, Office 365, Google Apps, Hosted Exchange, and of course on-premise. We support both IMAP and an SMTP journaling mailbox. We're easily able to set up and configure a large amount of accounts. If you see here, this would be the IMAP connector. We can easily set up the information to be pulled at 10 or 15 or 30-minute intervals. You're able to test the connection, verify the connectivity, and of course, we'll pick up that mail for you each and every time. The nice added alternative also here is that journaling mailbox that you're seeing here. That'll give you that Office 365 and Google Apps full support to be able to send that to the SMTP journaling mailbox. That's obviously generated based off of each and every account and will automatically be sent there for you. So let's jump over to the compliance admin so we can actually see what the archive looks like. Obviously, this is the setup on the side for the administrators. Let's go ahead and log into my test compliance account here. Now, one thing you're going to notice right away, when we log in that account, all you see is that Vault Smart icon. Obviously, we wanted to, when we build out this product, to keep that separation. It's important to note that you may not necessarily want the super admin having access and visibility into all the emails throughout the account. It's also important to note as well that individual end users will also have the ability to search the archive as well. Let's go ahead and do a basic search. I'm just going to expand the time frame out. This was our test account that we used to actually test out the product, verify functionality on this side, and develop our documentation. So you're going to see a lot of stuff that we forwarded and sent through. The good news is here is you can easily see, we can easily click on these. Basic simple date search, and I'm able to see the information that was completely captured into here. Very fast and easy retention to be able to bring them back and see the information that was in there when we sent all the information through. It's also important to note that we have other options here as well. Obviously, that was a simple date search. We can search from the from to to, of course, the subject, many message body information, and also based off of kilobyte. How we can also look at as well the advanced search. The advanced search is going to give us even more options and allow for much more granularity. So of course you see the date search is still present in here, but we can continue to add fields under the include option. Simply by clicking here, we can add subject line searching. We can add anything from attachment size, status. And we can really get granular with this. We also have the exclude option as well. So if we want to exclude certain things as well, maybe something that was CC'd, this can actually help you narrow down extremely quickly within the product and do these searches very, very, very quickly.
So it's not just a canned template. You can really customize this throughout your experience depending on what your search is for.
Absolutely.
It's great.
I mean, as you can see, it's very easy to navigate, not a lot to really set up and configure, not difficult, extremely easy to get started, and extremely easy to do searches throughout the product. And you can see if we switch back to the basic search, it says, hey, would you like to go back to the basic search? And we've actually returned. And you can see how fast we brought those 34 matches back.
Now, as far as the provisioning of a solution like this, Ernie, from your experience working with our engineers and our provisioning team, when someone wants to launch, say, a solution like Vault Smart, what's the general turnaround time, not just for the solution being available, but work on their end as far as they need to configure their account?
Well, I usually say typically 24 hours, but if you go really down to the mechanics of setting it up, it's probably about a half an hour, 45 minutes worth of work to actually set the physical journaling connector up, whether you're using an IMAP or whether you're actually utilizing the SMTP journaling connector. So typically you will find with that 30 minutes to an hour time frame, you're up and running and be able to provision this very easily and get set up.
That's fantastic. Now, as far as historic messages, if we wanted to bring historic messages into an archive, are there abilities to do that?
Excellent question. We're actually launching that very shortly. The historical ingestion for the product will be available probably by the end of this quarter is what we're shooting for. The good news with that is we're going to provide a secure upload site that will be going into FuseMail's data centers. Then we will actually index and bring that data in for you. Some of the information on how long that's going to take and some of that pricing is still being decided upon, but we'll be able to get that information to you as soon as possible.
Awesome. Great. Thanks, Ernie. I mean, you can see just how quick and easy it is to access the solution, to do a quick search and discovery. So, and the fact that it only takes really a matter of minutes to get this provision and the customer up and running is amazing compared to where we've been with solutions of the past. All right, so let me take the controls back from you, Mr. Martinelli, And we'll tighten some things up here for the group. Just a summary of what we talked about. We learned a little bit more about archiving and why we actually need this, and it isn't just strictly for certain verticals anymore. It should be considered a staple solution. When you're talking about communications these days, you need your phone, you need your email. Well, it's very smart to retain these messages, as we can see just from the scenarios that we walked you through. And in the long run, it's going to save you some money if there ever is recovery fees or any sort of ransomware or litigation. Look for some more updates from us. We're going to have some use cases. We can always shoot you over a demonstration of some of the VaultSmart solution, how to configure this on your end if need be. Some of the requirements that Ernie talked about, it requires either an IMAP or SMTP journaling mailbox. The solution that we demonstrated today, one of the solutions that we represent, the requirement for that would be a FuseMail Secure Smart account, and then you could add the VaultSmart on top of that solution. So for more information, please never hesitate to reach out to our team. You have a dedicated account manager that's your central facilitator for the most part. Everything at Excel Micro we do here is under one roof. We have sales, support, marketing, development, finance, expertise in any one of those avenues. So please never hesitate to reach out to our team. If your question went unanswered in our little chat window, then we'll make sure that we reach out to you shortly after. But look for a recording, as I mentioned. We did record this, so look for a recording from us in the next few days. And we are looking forward to working with everyone very soon. Ernie, fantastic job as always. Thank you.